Hello fellow learner. Today I'm gonna share with you how I went from drawing like a 5-year-old to drawing decently good. But most importantly, how this has taught me that big projects aren't scary if you tackle them the right way. So I've always thought that people who can draw perfectly from the start. They see an image and they copy it like a master on the page. Looking back, I see how this may sound silly. But that's what I thought, because I couldn't put directly something I thought about or I saw on the page. I thought that I couldn't draw. Not that I didn't know how to draw, or that I was thinking about drawing in a wrong way. At long last, I gave drawing a chance. But a legit chance. I went on Skillshare and found a fundamentals course. There, in 5 days, I went from this to this. Pretty good. But this isn't the major point of the video. The point is the lessons that Brett, the instructor of the course, has taught along the way. He hasn't only managed to give me valuable tools to draw, but he has changed the way I see the whole world. So unlike what I thought, drawing isn't like printing, it's like sculpting. You start with the very basic shapes, the big shapes that make up your subject, and you draw them in very, very, very light strokes. And then you see if the shape you've drawn is approximate to the shape of your subject. And then you make the necessary changes with a slightly harder stroke. Then, when you're satisfied, you put in another shape, a smaller shape, and so on until you fill in all the details. The hard lines and the details are the last steps, not the first. If you try to go and finish a part of the drawing without developing the other parts, you will end up wasting time because you didn't saw that the other part was out of proportion. And now you have to erase what you've done, and that will be difficult because you put the wrong details in hard lines. So what does this mean in life outside drawing? Well, what I've learned from this is that the details comes last. That you must start with broad strokes, with light broad strokes. So if you look at the finished product, another person's YouTube channel, another person's blog, an art object, product of a company, you don't need to focus on the details or on the complexity of it. Those are the last steps. Look at the basics, and when starting out, focus on them. Don't try to make it perfect from the start, because it is impossible. You just need to start at the basics. And then measure, see if you're correct, and adjust accordingly. So this is what I'm doing. This video right here is my large light strokes. I'm starting this YouTube channel to try to communicate with you what I'm learning, either from books, Skillshare classes, discussions I had with people, physical challenges, in sports I'm involved. So share down in the comments what are your broad strokes for the next project you are gonna tackle. Like and subscribe, and until next time, keep learning.